talking about a human interaction, which is a dynamic living thing, we both have, say two people interacting, both have this so-called reticular activating system, which essentially is a part of the brain constantly scanning the environment for anything of difference or threat. So basically, it's like, what do I need to focus on in the environment? Now, if you're going up to somebody and you want to introduce yourself to that person and be emotionally relevant in a way that makes them say, okay, I need to look at this individual right now, you're going to have to bring something pretty unique to the table. Now, again, this doesn't mean that you need to be like doing a backflip through a ring of fire on a fucking unicorn or something like that. But let's just take the example of a nightlife environment. Let's say you're out here on fucking Buford's at on 6th Street, and you roll up to someone. You're like, oh, that's an interesting person. I like their look. I'd like to introduce myself to this person. And you go up, you mumble the words, "What's up?" and then stand there. Is this likely to pierce through their reticular activating system and make you emotionally relevant enough that they want to, oh, hey, buddy, what's going on? Please allow me now to engage in conversation. Is that likely to happen? No. Well, it's not likely to happen. Yet we've all done it. Most people in here, in this room, have probably done this. And some probably continue to do it, despite getting massive amounts of empirical evidence that this is insufficient. So, look, a buddy of mine once said, the game, as it were, what does that mean when somebody says game? It's basically like everybody's bored. You need to give them something different to talk about, and then structure the interaction in a way that's so smooth that the invitation is likely to be accepted, and they're going to feel good about it. That's literally all it is. But again, many people have a lot of difficulty getting over that everybody's bored aspect. And intellectually, most likely, that if you go up and say, hey, how's your night? No, dude, it's just going to be like, thank you. Thank you. So in order to become emotionally relevant, you're going to need to bring something to the table. Now, when we say bring something to the table, you can go up and say, what's up? And have that be compelling by virtue of what? Not the verbal meaning itself, and this is what gets lost in translation a lot of the time. People don't understand that your voice has an interesting capacity for intramode incongruence, right? In other words, you can say something, and what you're saying and how you're saying it can alter the meaning dramatically. Like, so say, for example, a child asks the parent, do you love me? And the parent's like, of course I love you, sweetie. Right? Said like that, it means what the verbal meaning is the same. Now, what if they said it like this? Of course I love you. Of course I love you. Like exasperated. What if they said it sarcastic? Oh, of course I love you, little bitch. Right? What if they said, like angry? Of course I love you. All of those things impart dramatically different meanings. So again, how are you using your language musicality? And when I say language musicality, I say that because in music, there are very precise terms to describe certain types of variable, right? There's pitch, volume, speed, rhythm, various tone colors you can put on it, nasal, booming, phlegmy. There's a lot that you can do to alter that vibe just with the voice. With the face, what's going on with the focus process of the eyes? Where are you looking? Are you looking them in the eyes? Is the musculature of the face supporting and describing and adding to what's being said or felt? Is it giving them an impression of what's going on in the mind behind the eyes? Is that interesting? Is that compelling? Is what's going on in terms of gesture, touch, proximity, movement through space? All of these three things combined to craft this sort of intangible vibe that is going to make the difference between you going up and mumbling your little fucking quip and getting summarily dismissed, or triggering that RES to be like, okay, this is interesting, this is compelling, this is outrageous, this is hilarious, this is poignant, this is something different that makes me want to continue to look at this person. Look here. That is the number one thing that you must learn if you want to be successful in social interactions. So when you go up to people, you go, hey, look here. Okay, you're looking here? Okay, keep looking, because now I'm going to do some other shit. Ready? Horizontal plot development. Move it from event to event to event. Whether those events are emotional, physical, it doesn't matter. You must first be able to capture that attention. Now that is what we're talking about when we're saying becoming emotionally relevant to people and switching their RAS. So like I've been taking people out as a party liaison, let's call it, for 20 years. And what drew me to the idea of learning how to improve your social skills was that you could learn certain stratagems, you could learn certain, techniques that enabled you to succeed more consistently in different types of social interactions, right? And I think most people in here, that's quite appealing. You can put logic to it, put your mind to it, and you figure things out. Well, the issue is that's only one side of the coin. Technique is vital. Now, why is technique vital? If you're trying to sell and close sales, if you're trying to negotiate, if you're trying to navigate conflict situations, if you're trying to navigate office politics or weird situations with like crazy family members at Thanksgiving or whatever, or you're trying to like get intimate with someone you just met in a nightlife environment, these are not things that most people do on an everyday basis. Most people don't do those things, right? If you want to have a banal conversation with your neighbor, that doesn't require special technique. But again, if you want to do these other things that I just mentioned, those things do require they require an understanding of the conventions of those types of interactions, right? I'm going to go from A to B to C to E, and I want to end up here in a win-win place where, we've agreed on something, we've made a connection, right? So those types of skills require practice. They require control. They require technique. So I'm not denying that by any means. However, like I said, you've got that technique, or AKA horizontal plot development, I guess you could call it, moving things along, and that's very valid, but simultaneously, not separately, simultaneously, you also need to be cognizant of this sort of lyric vibe expansion, where it's not moving it forward. In fact, for many people, this whole idea of creating a vibe is, well, let's face it, it goes counter to how most people communicate in say 95% of their daily lives. 95% of the conversations you have in your daily life are professional conversations designed to convey information in a concise fashion. Tell me the TPS report scores for quarter 4. Okay, Mr. Henderson, here it is, and here were the KPI, like at work. Even like, say, talking to, I don't know, your housemate or something. So are you going to the thing with Bill tomorrow night? Oh, well, I got so-and-so, but I think I can make it. Okay, meet you there, right? There's a goal to it typically. Now, and again, going back to the example of, say, introducing yourself to someone in a nightlife environment, most of those people at Buford's or fucking what the fuck or whatever, or out here on Rainy, like those people, he's hitting all the notes, all the good spots. I don't know, I haven't been here in like a year, so I don't know if these places closed or whatever. But, if you're trying to meet someone out there, they don't want to like exchange information in a concise and logical fashion. They're trying to escape from that. They're attempting to turn up, as the kids say. You know what I'm saying? They're not like, they're trying to unwind from their stressful work week. And then some dude comes up. Oh, hello, what's up? What's your name? What do you do? Where do you live? Some boring shit about your job that no one fucking cares about. Like, dude, no, away. Not contributing to my enjoyment of my Friday night. Not helping. In fact, reminding me of boring Monday morning. Like, no. So, but the problem with that is, for most people, you're so inured to that logical way of communication, that rational mode of communication, because it serves you well in 95% of your life, right? So it can be very difficult, especially for people who are in more logical professions like coders and things like that. I see guys, I live in San Francisco, so, and I'm not moving here, okay? So don't worry, not moving here.
Sorry, Joe.
Oh yeah, he did. He's one of them. He moved here.
California person.
Yeah. Yeah, he voted for Nancy Pelosi too. So he has a picture. He has a picture of Nancy Pelosi that he keeps in his.
Vote for
Okay.
Pelosi.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, I get a lot of coders and stuff like that, and these people have a difficult time kind of shifting from logical mode into, well, let's just say, intuitive mode, where they're just allowing things to flow freely. There is no. The focus, at least initially, is to simply craft a vibe using your vocal tonality, eye focus process and muscles of the face, gesture, posture, movement through space, to create an interesting, compelling vibe that exists for its own sake. And there could be many things. It could be like antagonistic, like a faux antagonism. Like, don't fucking look at me. Look away. Look away, right? Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Right? It could be like that. It could be something just straight fun. Hey, it could be funny. It could be inquisitive. It could be a number of things, but it's got to be something different. It can't just be what's up. Here's the thing, though. People know this, but they still fucking do it. Why do you think this is? Why do people default to that despite logically understanding that it won't work? He said stifled. Anyone else? Lazy. It's autopilot. Autopilot, comfort zone. It's easy. Yeah. Yeah, so it's hitting yourself in the head with a hammer. That's easy too. Gets the same result. So, so easy. A kid could do it. Why does my head hurt? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?